Look. I represent the game in a way that can't be challenged, and delegate the comments of hate that can't be managed. I was told once, roll my shoulder like blunts and don't get touched, but my skin tough and thicker than Miss Biz butt. So guess what? I'ma talk my shit and just win once. Throw uppercuts and bone breakers, a needle and haystack with haymakers. I throw mines, don't hide behind my straight right. I show mine and show no the blow by the blow, bro. I blow mines.
You out, sucker.
Up off that. Yeah. Yes. Up off. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is. It's Taco Tuesday. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz. Don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Daryl Alexander. What's going on with you? Tyrese. What's going on with you? Whoops. All right, man. Look, first, I want to say this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said 10 o'clock and I showed up at 10:20. I'm sorry. What do you want me to say? He's alive. That's right. It's Taco Tuesday. Few things I want to discuss. I want to jump right out there and discuss. Did you guys see Tyson Gypsy King Fury and Joseph Parker throwing body blows at each other? Ah! Getting ready for that dilly and the body snatcher right. I would be too. Hey, hold on. Let me see. Hold up. ShowBizz, you better relax, brother. My lady thought you were a swole Michael B. Jordan. My bad, brother. My bad. Not to put pressure on you. No, listen. What was I going to say? I got it right here. Let me show you guys. Let me share the screen. Oh my God. Getting ready for that body snatcher white, I see. Let me share the screen for you. Here we go right here. Look at this. Let me start from the beginning. I'm sorry.
That's what greatness at work looks like.
Sit down on them shots. Yeah. Joseph Parker, sit down, though.
Squad boys! What's Sonny?
Now, hold on. That's some good work. That's some good work. Hold on. I want to say this too. We up in here. Yeah. Absolutely. Look. When you look at Tyson Fury right here, bro, look at how long his arms are and how much of his body he covers up. Okay. Well, that's a lot of body. My man over here looking like Mr. Potato Head. Well, from neck down. But my thing is this, though. With those trunks up and that Foreman mummy, that Foreman block, it doesn't look like much is getting through. Hey, let's look at it again. Because Joseph Parker will sit down on his shots. He'll give them good work. Parker,
that's what greatness at work looks like.
Sit down, Joseph.
Yeah, squad boys! What's Sonny?
Beautiful work. Woo! Hey, you're going to have to get all that work in. Hit the Tyson bell. All the body, all the belts. Another thing, Tyson Fury did make a comment. Let me see if I can find it. Tyson Fury, before we talk about Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez, I want to check something out. He did make a comment a couple days ago. I'm not sure if I covered it. I don't really think I did. In regards to how he feels Usyk is going to defeat Anthony AJ Joshua. If you guys didn't see that or hear that or hear him speak on it, is this it? No. That's not. Nope, that's not it. Is this it? This is it. That's right. I think he responded to Derek Chisora. Here, let me show you. Let me share the screen. Show little Tyson Fury what he's doing. And then we're going to jump right into which a beautiful fight for me. I mean, it's actually strange that this fight looks like it's happening. I've been told to with confidence, I can say that it is happening. Okay, here we go.
This is a message for Derek Chisora. I've just seen that you said you think AJ would blast me out. Never in a million years. If the biggest puncher in history couldn't blast me out, and Vladimir Klitschko couldn't blast me out, a big old bodybuilder can't blast me out, my friend. So, Del, he ain't got the bottle to fight Usyk again. Usyk will smash him next time properly. Never mind beat him on points and knock him out. But listen, it only takes one man like me. There's only ever been one man on these shows, and he called the Gypsy King, a.k.a. Tyson Fury. This is
he's basically saying that he doesn't even think AJ would fight Usyk, and if so, Usyk can knock him out the next time. Here's the Tyson Bale. He said that with a lot of conviction. He did give Deontay Wilder his props. He's always have. He cannot lie about Deontay Wilder's power. When he gets hit by Wilder, he's like, that's the hardest I've ever been hit. He's like, that guy's the hardest hitter. I love that in Tyson Fury. It looks like Tyson Fury is getting revved up and ready to fight. That's when he's at his best mental health, when he's revved up and ready to fight. Hit the Tyson Bale. Okay, so I just want to show you guys that. All right, so listen. Let's talk about it. How many of you are extremely excited about, what's that, April 30th? They're talking about MGM? Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. What do you guys think about that? Let me know. I mean, I know that our little video when we did the breaking news, it got some good traction on it. Hit the Tyson Bale. Look like y'all are very excited. Sully says me. Who else? Huh? I run from here. Y'all just live here. I'm putting cases on every last one of you. Huh? Jay. Oh, you mother. Come on. Sounds like a great fight. So hyped for that fight. Yep. All of us biz. Now, let me ask you this. You guys didn't get so mad when I was laughing talking about Shakur Stevenson was going to kick his ass. You guys didn't look too upset when I said that. It didn't seem like it, but there were you guys who disagreed with me. He's going to dismantle Valdez. Well, we'll talk about it. Thank you so much, Jorge. I just want to ask you guys, it's facts though. Well, here's the thing. I'm with Valdez. How many of you believe Oscar Valdez is going to win? And tell me how. Brawler versus boxer. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I can see it that way. Though Oscar Valdez, he boxed a little bit more people give him credit for, especially what he did against Burt Schelt. Let me see. Because it's true. Stevenson round 1, Gary Russell, not me. Valdez getting schooled. Okay. So no, Valdez stops him because of body. So you think he stops him to the body? Not bad. You think Valdez rips at Shakur Stevenson's body and stop him there? Okay, what else? Valdez by KO. Shakur has no power. Okay. Valdez stops him to the body. Okay. Is this Valdez karma? Shakur is going to stop Valdez. Well, listen. I want to say this. First, big ups to Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is, to me, on a fast pace. Okay. Fighting the likes of Christopher Diaz and Joette and Herring and all those. I mean, he took on some pretty good challenges. Okay. The type of challenges that Navarrete took on his last 2 fights, right? Fighting Christopher and Joette, fighting those guys. Those guys are shared opponents with Shakur Stevenson, which threw me off when Bob Arum wanted Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez instead of Navarrete versus Shakur Stevenson. Usually when you have those shared opponents like that in a fighter's recent memory, you're kind of setting up that fight. But maybe Navarrete will fight Shakur Stevenson if he gets past Valdez or whoever wins in this fight, okay? When you have a tough fight, it's hard to go back-to-back in Tyson Bale. Shakur got deceptive power. Y'all saw what he did with Haney. Okay. The fight started getting made after the lawsuit. That's, all that is guessing. No, I mean, that doesn't really matter at this point. We're guessing why it's getting made. If that's your reason for it getting made, fine. If somebody else said that's not the reason, who give a shit? We're going to be watching a fight. All right. So I think y'all focused on all the surrounding things, and a channel like mine, we're focused on the fight. So I'm excited about the fight. I don't care if the reason is because I don't know. I don't care what the reason is, as long as I see the fight. Let me see. Shakur has enough pop to make Oscar passive. Hit the Tyson bell. Not bad. Look, I want to say this. I am very excited about Shakur Stevenson. Okay. I want to lay this out there. I think Shakur Stevenson, if ShowBizz the Gray was speaking now, he have so much to say. I think Shakur Stevenson can be very special. I forget can be. What I'm looking at is that feeling I got before. I've gotten this feeling before. Just like that's why I mentioned in the video when I brought up Boots Ennis. When I look at Boots, I've had that feeling before. When you see Roy Jones, when you see Floyd, when you see Andre Ward, when you look and you're like, I think this kid is special. Terrence Bud Crawford, you're like, I think we're about to watch an all-timer here. Okay. Now, Oscar Valdez is very much that opponent to let us know, because it takes somebody special for you to see how special someone else is who got the potential of being special. All right. We've seen that before. Floyd Mayweather taking on, how old was Floyd when he fought Castillo? 24, 23, 24. That's this fight. Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. That's this fight. Floyd Mayweather fighting Diego Corrales. I'm talking about back then. This is it, man. Right? Hold on. Let me see. Yo, Biz. My man, Sully. I don't know if Old Gray was counting cards on Sunday, but my Uncle Joey said he won almost every bingo game. That's what he does. Over competitive. My uncle had to stand behind him and watch his movements. He won so much. He's just competitive. 24 years old. Thank you so much. You think it's going to be Mayweather Gotti too? Oh, shit. Valdez has to fight like Porter to win. We will see. Can't wait. Good point. Let me see. Biz, we were speaking on the War Room earlier. Really? Okay. Hold on. Ronnie Shields said we were speaking on a War Room early. Where were you speaking on the War Room? Let me see. Victor Asafia. Oh, yes, I wonder. Why you shoot about before throwing up from the block? Shakur is everything we thought Devin Haney and Ryan was. That's what I'm saying. When there's a special fighter. Look, out of all those special fighters, Tito Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Shane, Mosley, Floyd Mayweather, and Manny Pacquiao, they rose above them. Honestly, the superstar coming out was Oscar De La Hoya. Nobody was thinking Manny Pacquiao was going to get raised above Oscar De La Hoya. He came out of that. Shakur Stevenson coming out with the silver medal, just like Floyd Mayweather, medaling extremely low in the Olympics. Hold on, let me see what we have to say. What do you get? Bronze, the lowest you get, but still medaling. Valdez has experience with a good boxer. Conceição, his last fight, my view, he lost. When Shakur establishes his feet, it's over. Okay, hit the Tyson bell. We're gonna break this down. I think Valdez beat Conceição. Okay, I do. But I can see why people think Conceição won. And it was extremely competitive. Conceição always had Valdez's number. Always. Let me see what else we got. No, he's special. We'll see if his heart is special. Well, that's what special is, Smitty Low. This isn't special. This is everything. Okay, so when you put it together, yeah. So if he doesn't have the heart, he's not special. Let me see. Potential is nothing. Okay. All right. So look. What makes a guy special? Do you remember when Floyd Mayweather came out of the Olympics when he lost? He medaled, but he didn't get the gold. Remember, and he was robbed. Remember how he was crying, boo-hooing? Remember that? I remember thinking, oh, that kid's going to be special. Ah! That's right, on this Taco Tuesday. And then I saw that again with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson was boo-hooing at the Olympics. He wanted it so badly. It just crushed him. I said, this kid's going to be special. I've seen it before. Hit the Tyson bell. Hold on. Crawford says Stevenson got next. I remember that on these fighters. I remember. Here, let me break it down for you. Let me see. Heart and IQ. Okay, let me break it down for you. Let me show you. Let's do it like this.
I feel I'm winning the fight.
Right now, Floyd, with your family.
You come in here, I know you wanted that gold medal, which is an incredible accomplishment. Can you...
No. I don't like to lose. Second.
Every hero needs a villain. Well, here I is, Black Sun in the flesh. You know what it is. I could care less if you feeling my shit. I slightly impressed. Y'all niggas suspect, and your shit's whack. Competition, I don't see it. I just kick back, put on another track, and keep doing me. That's what I'm best at. Y'all niggas switching up. I don't respect that. I keep it hip hop, that good boom bap. This is our lane. Y'all niggas step back, a step aside. Step away from the microphone, it don't belong anyway. I inspire you, you won't admit it, you bullshitting, liar you. Act like you fireproof, cause I burn niggas. I ain't concerned niggas, class in session, it's time I learn niggas.
I'm already feeling my life, nigga. Shit's getting sweeter. I heard that shit that you got, nigga. Shit's getting sweeter. I ain't gonna lie, you were soft when I saw you cast the first time. Now you even sweeter.
And that's the Taco Tuesday. Hold on. Let me see what you got. Yeah, that was Black Sun. That's eye-opening. Thank you, bro. Much love to you. What else we got? Biz, you said it best when you said sitting on your shots and bringing skill down to become vicious. That's right. Had to. No one went to turn it up. Exacta. And that was a coming of age. That was a coming of age moment when Shakur Stevenson beat Jamel Herring, putting it all together. And I showed that video to show you one thing. My man said it. It's the P word, and not the one you thinking about, you dirty mofos. Passion. Look, I remember my son, my oldest son, playing football, put his heart out there, okay? Got an interception, everything on defense. Messed around and missed a tackle, okay? It was a crucial tackle. Needless to say, his team lost the game. I could not console that boy. I could not console him. I'm his daddy. No matter what I say to that boy, I always have his attention. Not this time. Khalil, his back turned. Khalil, he didn't want to hear me. I couldn't believe it. He was embarrassed a bit, but crying. I saw his shoulders rocking. You could not console him. Once he got himself together, he wanted to know if I was disappointed that he was crying. I said, no. What I found out is that you love the game and you weren't just playing, you were living it. anything worth doing is worth overdoing. I actually was proud and loved seeing that because I know the hell to pay afterwards. Floyd Mayweather took that loss. He didn't want to lose again. Shakur Stevenson, it looks like he may be the same way. It looks like it. Look, let me show you guys one more again.
I feel I'm winning the fight.
Right now, Floyd, with your family.
You come in here, I know you wanted that gold medal, which is an incredible accomplishment. Can you...
No. I don't like to lose. Second.
Yeah. Every hero needs a villain. Well, here I is, black sun in the flesh. You know what it is. I could care less. If you feeling my shit, I'm slightly impressed. Y'all niggas suspect, and your shit's whack. Competition, I don't see it. I just kick back, put on another track, and keep doing me. That's what I'm best at. Y'all niggas switching up. I don't respect that. I keep it hip hop, that good boom bap. This is our lane. Y'all niggas step back, a step aside, step away from the microphone. It don't belong anyway. I inspire you. You won't admit it. You bullshitting, liar you. Act like you fireproof, cause I burn niggas. I ain't concerned niggas. Class in session. It's time I learn niggas.
I'm already feeling my life, nigga.
Shit's getting sweeter.
I heard that shit that you got, nigga.
Shit's getting sweeter.
I ain't gonna lie. You were soft when I saw you cast the first time.
Now you even sweeter.
I said it can cripple you or it can build you. It can cripple you or it can build you. This fight against Oscar Valdez is not everything, but it's a lot. It's never everything, but it's a lot. Oscar Valdez showed us what he was made of against Burchell. When he knocked out Burchell, he was the underdog. Burchell just started swinging away. He was trying to find him. He was swinging away. Valdez knocked him out, backing up. I had my money on Jamel Herring because I know how good Jamel Herring is. And I was just like, I just don't see this little boy but my thing was this. If he beats Jamel, oh, he's the truth. Not only did he beat Jamel, he was chilling. Chilling. Hold on, let me see what you got to say. War Robe, when you win, say nothing. And if you lose, say less. Let me see. How's Shakur resume? Haven't watched much of them. Nice. Like I said, Christopher Joette and Jamel, I like those victories. Okay. It's nice. I think Conceicao and Burchell steeper. Okay. I think Herring is better than Conceicao, but that Burchell, you know. Okay. Valdez is a two-time Olympian, huh? I think. Let me see. Valdez going to get whooped. I hope Shakur wins his next few. You talking about after? Because it look like Oscar's next. Because that guarantees Lomachenko. Okay. That's the fight. That's interesting. Loma looked unbeatable fighting at his natural weight. Want me to give you something else? Let me give you something else on top of that. How Lomachenko is moving, that fight can happen. It looks like when a fight doesn't happen and Lomachenko's involved, it doesn't look like Lomachenko's scared of Jack. If you look at who he fought and who he's trying to fight. So Shakur Stevenson and Loma, that fight can happen. Like you said, you hope he keeps winning. That'll be beautiful. That'll be beautiful. Let me see. If I bring the turkey to dinner, no, I'm in it. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you something. Lomachenko, and they both top rank, huh? The fight can happen. Let me see. That track was fire. Oh, it's called Sweeter. Thank you so much. Happy Taco Tuesday. I thought it was appropriate because at the beginning they were crying, so people may think they're sweet. And then you hit them with that hard track. Now look. I don't remember. Biz, I will mention it. Don't remember. You don't remember. Okay, brother. So let's talk. Let's break down Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. I'm going to break this down for you, okay? I think Oscar Valdez beat Conceição, but I think Conceição was definitely winning. He got a point deduction, okay? And I saw Conceição running. I saw him eventually running. And I say you can't win like that. Eventually, he wasn't fighting anymore. He was trying to protect. He was getting out of there. Now, I think he won like the 10th round or something like that. 10th or 11th round. He got busy. Either way, Valdez he turned that hat backwards like over the top and started taka like Pac-Man. But this is why I think Shakur Stevenson beats Oscar Valdez. I'm going to give you the fight ain't even completely sealed yet, but I'm going to give you my prediction. Shakur Stevenson beats Oscar Valdez, and I'm going to tell you why. Let me break down why. Okay, so this is the beginning. This is Conceição. Look at him. Not going anywhere. He got Valdez going backwards, shooting a jab, right? Body shots, taking away his center of gravity. Look at how he does it. Jab, jab, boom. And guess where Oscar goes? It's physics. He hit him in his center of gravity. He goes backwards to the point where he's all the way against the ropes. Look at this. Look at this. Oscar tried to go forward. Boom. And he doesn't run away too far. He stays there. He takes one step back, but he doesn't go all the way to the other side of the ring. He stays there. He swims without getting wet. He gets out the way, and he's still in the pocket. Bam. Look out. Look how he's boxing him, but he's staying in the pocket. Even with a feint, he makes Oscar Valdez retreat. Okay? That's when Conceição was winning. Now look at when he's losing. Okay, now he's booking it. Something happened between then and now to make him book it. Now that's Oscar Valdez's determination. That's his grit. That's his warrior spirit. And that's his power. And that his deceptive timing. Look at Conceição now getting the hell out of there. Walking back. He's moonwalking out the way. Now he's tapping him in the back of the head. Put a little cheat maneuvers. Got deducted a point by the referee. Look at him. On his skates. It's hard to win on your skates. And that's how Oscar Valdez won. Now, here's the difference. Shakur Stevenson, same thing as Conceição. Shooting a jab, boxing against Jamel Herring, but he's not going anywhere. He escapes. He swims without getting wet. He escapes without leaving the damn ring. He's still there on the field of play, in war, in battle. This is what Conceição was doing well against Oscar Valdez, except Shakur Stevenson is this way naturally. Look how beautiful this is. Shooting a jab, and as he is offensive, he's defensive, still taking away real estate. Jamel Herring is losing real estate. Now he's opened up a can of whoop ass. He's hit him in the body, just like Conceição, the straights to the body, just like Conceição was doing against. Even when he's against the ropes, even when his back is against the ropes, he offensively get his back off the ropes. Look at that, bam, body shot. Level changing. These are the type of things that's going to be effective against Oscar Valdez. Being able to be defensive without getting out of there. Hit the Tyson bell. And what I'm saying is this. The difference between Conceição. The difference between Conceição and Shakur Stevenson is Shakur Stevenson IQ is better. Shakur Stevenson's reflexes and his speed is better. He's an all-around better thing. But on top of that, I think he's stronger. Hit the Tyson bell. I do. I think Shakur Stevenson is, instead of, totally opposite than what Conceição did. I think when Valdez tries to turn it up, I think Stevenson makes him pay. And Stevenson never gets on his skates. I think he steps back for a minute against Oscar Valdez, but I think his pinpoint accuracy, his reflexes, his IQ, his variety of punches, his punch selection, I think that's going to discourage Valdez from pressuring all day long. And I think he can hurt Valdez doing it that way. I think he will start walking down Valdez. Valdez isn't good when he's off his back foot, except for Burchell. So what I'm saying is this. Not only do I think it's going to be a good fight because of Oscar Valdez here, okay? I think not only does Shakur Stevenson win, I think Shakur Stevenson is a nightmare for Oscar Valdez. He said that Oscar Valdez is coming with a different game plan. Where you get that from? Oscar Valdez is either going to go forward or backwards. If he goes backwards, he's getting his ass whipped. He's going to try to go forward, of course. And I say Shakur Stevenson ain't going anywhere. And he's going to zap him. He's going to zap him. Now, my thing is this. Facts. Here's my thing. I think Shakur Stevenson, by nature, is a nightmare for Valdez. Not his game plan. I think who he is by nature is a nightmare. Remember Foreman versus Joe Frazier? I'm not saying it's going to be like that. What I'm saying is George Foreman naturally was a nightmare for Frazier. Just with how he's made up, how his size, his power, his chin, the way he fights, his length, it's just a nightmare for Frazier. No matter what game plan Frazier had, naturally, he's a nightmare. A nightmare. Okay? A nightmare for him. Mayorga was a nightmare for Vernon Forrest. Barkley was a nightmare for Hearns. Sometimes, naturally, somebody is just a nightmare. Okay? Ken Norton was a nightmare for Ali. No matter how, he could have fought him a million times. I think naturally, Shakur Stevenson, the way he fights, that southpaw, the way he fights, when you look at that Constantine fight, that's not a game plan of Shakur. That's Shakur. And I think it's a nightmare. I think he's a nightmare for him. Not to be biased, this is going to be Below versus Floyd too. I don't know what that means. Let me see. Valdez has good power, but he is going to struggle getting in on Stevenson. Yes, he's going to struggle. He's going to get a jab to the face all night long. Yep. And those straights to the body. See, what's going to do it is going to be the body shots. When you look at, let me just show you the beginning of that Constantine film study. When you look at the beginning of this, of the Constantine fight, look at the work to the body. The work to the body is everything. The jab is beautiful. You got to be, bam, that right there. That is going to discourage Valdez from pressing forward. And Shakur Stevenson is one of the best in the world right now going to the body. So it's going to be those things. See, it's the body shots that's pushing Valdez back. Because he's even going to feint, and Valdez is going to get the hell out of there. All right? But look at this. Look at how Valdez missed and how Constantine makes him pay. Bam, uppercut. Whoop, makes him pay there. So what I'm saying is, look, another right to the body. It affects him. Look, if the feint made him retreat, those body shots, okay? So what I'm saying is, when Valdez starts swinging, Shakur's going to make him miss and make him pay. Going to make him pay. Let me see what you have to say. James West, thank you so much. And remember this, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather was good at that too. A lot of people said Floyd Mayweather ran. Not really. He was like a cat. He didn't go just running around. Sometimes he did to knock you off your course, but most of his defense was here. He was sitting right there, legs far apart. From one side of the ring to the other, he almost doing the splits. He's right there. It's not running when your feet's planted. He's right there. One hop back, bam, bam. And then he spins. He wasn't Keith Thurman. Okay? Oh, let me see. Canelo. Damn, bro. Canelo versus Floyd too. Was it? Oh, I see what you're saying. You think it was gonna be just a ass beat. Oh, yeah. I think Jimmy Young actually beat Ali. Am I wrong? I mean, I don't think so. Let me see. Shakur schools Valdez, outshines him. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Shakur, if he stops him. Ah! Don't be surprised if Shakur stops him. Now, look. I know. And we about to go at it in a war room. On this Taco Tuesday. I know. I said Tank Davis was going to knock out Usyk Cruz. I remember. But to my defense, Jay Cooley, no war room without me. But to my defense, I think Tank Davis beat him with one hand, man. To my defense, Tank Davis beat him 7-5 in my book, and he did it with one hand. All right. So to my defense, if he had both of his hands, which doesn't make sense. Hold on. Hit the like though. Yeah. Listen, if he had both, and I'm going to tell you why it doesn't make sense in a minute. If he had both of his hands, I think he would have stopped him. I think he was on his way to stopping Usyk Cruz. But the reason why having both of his hands doesn't make sense, because that's Usyk Cruz. That's part of his defense. I wanted him to fight him again. But if he fought him again, he'll probably break his hand again. So I'm going to start adding that to a tool that Usyk Cruz actually has. Usyk Cruz has a hard-ass head, bro. So you got to add that in your analysis. You got to add that, his hands, his hard head. You got to add that into your analysis. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Oh, chick, my man. Oscar Valdez is a hero of knock. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Brown statue. Hang your coat on that. Shakur finishes. A place to hang your coat on after Shakur finishes him. Look. Tank should have worn. Might have broken his. So look. So I know what I said. Okay. I know what I said. All right. And still with 100% confidence, I got Shakur Stevenson beating Oscar Valdez. And this is the fight that puts him on a pound for pound list. And this is the fight that make you start talking about great. Let me break it down for you, okay? A fight like this doesn't happen anymore. When two guys are at their peak and they fight each other. We finally got that with Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez and stuff like that. You very rarely, you don't get that. Before, you always got it. Wilfred Benitez versus Tommy Hearns. What the hell? Pepino Cuevas versus Wilfred Benitez versus Hearns. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Duran. Wilfred versus Sugar. I mean, it was going Wilfred versus Duran. It was going down. Guys at their peaks. Lexus Arguello versus Pryor. Guys at their peaks. That's why Sugar Ray Leonard was considered great so damn early. There were fighters when I was coming up that people were calling all-time great fighters early. And you're like, how? I remember when Mike Tyson was coming up, they were like, this Mike Tyson is better than Frazier. But the difference is, unlike Ryan Garcia, unlike what's going on with not Ryan Garcia himself, just what's going on with the Devin Haneys of the world and all those guys, Gervonta Tank Davis, all those guys and their careers. The difference is we saw them early, how great they were, because they had challenges early. So this Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez, depending on the performance, if Shakur Stevenson wins, you will start hearing great. You got Shakur sparring with Terrence Bud Crawford, sparring with Devin the Dream Haney, sparring with Teofimo Lopez, sparring with Ryan Garcia. Who else did he spar with? That was Gervonta Tank Davis. You got this Shakur Stevenson who has sparred with creme de la creme, and he comes out of it like what Jamel Herring. He comes out of it like, I'm the best one. Nobody can beat me. This fool even said that he would have beaten Floyd. So that's how great he's feeling. All right. Let me see. I like Shakur to win, but big props to Valdez for taking the fight and wanting to be great. Hope for a competitive, exciting fight. Let me tell you this. Oscar Valdez gets all the love in the world, but I want to say what he represents. He represents all the fighters. Fighters don't be afraid like that. The promoters got to make the fight happen. The managers, like Errol Spence said, those in the black suits, they got to make boxing great again. All these promoters, they got to make boxing great again. They have to be, and that's what this community is here for. They have to be convinced that their fighter gets more popular with more fights they have, not how long they stay undefeated. What we have to do is make sure Isaac Cruz is a star now after losing. Bingo. What we have to do is make sure whoever loses this fight, Shakur or Oscar Valdez, we don't take a huge crap on. Look at Lomachenko now. He lost twice. Lomachenko's in the lead to fight for undisputed against Kambosos in Australia. Look at Canelo Alvarez. He took his ass whipping. So they have to be convinced that the popularity of their fighter grows with how many great fights they had, not how long they've been undefeated. Another guy is Showtime Sean Porter. Showtime Sean Porter put Terrence Crawford's name on everybody's lips now. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Everybody knew, a lot of people knew Terrence Crawford before, but everybody knows Terrence Crawford now. And that's through a guy who had a good amount of losses. How many losses Sean Porter had? 3? Something like that? A good amount of losses. The fan base, we're there. They need more faith in us. And this fight right here is going to be a great one. I think Shakur Stevenson wins, but it's going to be a great one. What say you? Do you think it would be pay-per-view? Yes, I do. I heard Naoya Inoue versus Nonito Donaire is going to be in April too. We also got what we have to talk about is Castaño versus Charlo to March 19th. What else do we have? We have some fantastic fights coming up, man. Let me see. Crawford scared Bob into making this unification because Loma versus Shakur is who Bob wanted. Bob's privilege will get Loma the Kambosos fight, though. because Loma versus Shakur is who Bob wanted. Bob's privilege. Well, this is what I have to say about that comment, Eric. I'm happy Shakur is fighting Oscar Valdez. It looks like that fight's going to be made. And Loma versus Kambosos, I would love to watch that fight. I can give a damn about how someone feels about, why the fight happened. Eric, I'm so sorry. I apologize to you, brother. But I'm just not into that, right? I don't watch contract signings. I don't watch board meetings. I don't even watch conventions. I'm not into that more than the fight. That is my limitation, though. People, hey, ShowBizz, why don't you talk about? I'm just not into that. I like breaking down fights. I like the fight. So I'm just not interested in everything you just said. But I am interested in the fights happening. It's just what I'm excited to talk about. You may have to talk about board meetings and contract signings and how much money people getting paid and who was really sleeping with whose girl and stuff. You may have to do that somewhere else. For me, though, this whole podcast has been about the scrap. I'm sorry, bro, but that's what I'm made of. I get excited about the fight, the actual fight. All right. Let me see. Boxing is looking to be the best in 2022. Crawford undisputed, Tyson Fury undisputed, Charlo undisputed, Loma undisputed. It's crazy up here. The funny thing is, we were talking about that last year. We had a few could have been undisputed moments. We had Crawford, Errol Spence. We're like, man, we could get that for undisputed. We had Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. If we could get that for, remember how excited we were? I think there was another one. Oh, Jamel Charlo and Castaño, just like we thought, because we already had Josh Taylor. We thought last year everybody was going to be undisputed. Canelo Alvarez. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Undisputed is what we want, okay? Because that way, if all of the sanctioning bodies act accordingly, the champion can just be the champion, and they pass all those belts over when they lose. The thing is, what happens is the sanctioning bodies, of course, they have their mandatories. So then, you can mess around and drop a belt or two, or you get stripped or something like that. You can mess around, get stripped or something, and then that's how the belts, or somebody move up in weight, and then the belts get vacated. But we want undisputed because we want to know who the champion is, and the next bad man who beats him, a bad woman who defeats her, becomes champion and hold it down like that, like McCaskill. Okay. Let me see. Biz, what you think about Josh Taylor not giving a damn about Lopez? Seems like he genuinely doesn't like those two, father and son. I think Josh Taylor has the right mindset. I don't know all the things that he's been saying, but this is what I'm getting, okay? And this is the mindset that I would like Joe Smith to have, all right? Better BF. I mentioned this when it came to Canelo. Josh Taylor is undisputed at 140. What do you think about Lopez? What do you mean? Hey, remember when Bernard Hopkins wanted to fight Roy Jones for a second time? And Bernard Hopkins was like, hey, fight me at middleweight. And Roy Jones was like, I'm the light heavyweight champion. I already whooped your ass once. Come over here and get it. You want to fight me? Come over here and get it. And when they were asking Roy about Bernard, he was like, if he wants to come over here to light heavyweight, make your way and fight me. I think Josh Taylor, I'm doing my thing. If fight, you took ass whooping from Kambosos, you're gonna move up to 140, get some fights in. You ain't gonna jump ahead of everybody else in line. And I talk about you when you in my face. And I swear, this is what I've been preaching about Canelo Alvarez. When everybody think I'm fanboying for Canelo Alvarez on this Taco Tuesday. Boy. What I'm saying is, if I'm better BF, and what do you think about Canelo? What? He's a super middleweight. I give Joe Smith all of them. Bivol, I'm trying to become undisputed over here. What you talking about Canelo for? Once he come over to light heavyweight and he beats some people and he climbs up the charts and come in my, then we'll do our thing. Until then, don't ask me about him. We ask me about him for. That's where I'll be. Shout out BS and all content creators. We work it 100%, brother. Let me see what else we got. What else we got? Pit Bulls up in here. Kambosos is and isn't undisputed. Facts. I call him undisputed because of he beat the man who beat the man, right? So I'm like, that's undisputed. Politically, no, he's not undisputed. But I call him, I say he's undisputed for me, right? I think that franchise title got the blood of the person who was champion on it. So for me, it's the integrity of it, more so than the name on the belt. I don't care about the name on the belt. I look at, he was Lomachenko, was upgraded to franchise champion. I don't give a damn if it was called blah, 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 champion. I don't give a damn. He was the man. And Teofimo whooped that ass, and then like that's where I'm at. But yeah. But people are into the names and stuff like that. So politically, no, he's not. Let me see. Josh would knock him out. I don't know. I think Teofimo Lopez would be stronger at 140. I think it'd be a good fight. Loma was, keyword was. Yeah, no one said he, what do you, no one, you tripping. You got issues. Let me see. Shakur come in like he did with Herring, getting knocked out. If he run, he's getting back down and attacked to the body. Easy work. You need to watch more boxing. You need to watch more boxing. If Shakur Stevenson fights Valdez the way he fought Herring, he beats the hell out of Oscar Valdez. Makes a miss, and he stays in the pocket, take one step back, shoot the jab, be first, shoot the jab, and hit him to the body and keep that space with the jabs to the body. Do your best Floyd Mayweather impression. No, he whoops that ass. If he goes running, Oscar has a chance. See, Oscar does better when you're eventually backing up. Right? But you got to watch more boxing, though. Let me see. Shakur put on the clinic with Herring. Yeah, and the sad thing is, that comment was dumb. Let's give it to him. Let's give it to him. Let's give it to him. That comment was dumb. And if you have hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those, get the thumbs up, hit the like, get those. ShowBizz, do you think Shakur is slick enough to outbox Valdez for 12 rounds and not get caught? No. I think he does get hit hard on a few occasions, which is that's fighting, that's boxing. I think Shakur hits him back hard too. I see two men in there. Okay. With that said, I don't think it's what you're kind of alluding to, that Shakur got to be slick and Oscar is hunting. No, I don't think it goes like that. I think Shakur selects his punches and combinations very well. And I think he's more heavy-handed than people are alluding to. And I think the question is, does he catch Valdez? And I think he catch Valdez flush many times. See, Shakur Stevenson, he punched harder than people realize. And Shakur is going to be knocking that head around. You know what I mean? So we're seeing two different fights. You see Shakur running around. I don't know if you watch him. But I'll tell you this, that jab, that straight left to the body, right? That straight left to the body, that jab up, make you miss, bam, boom, take one step back. He's gonna be landing some clean shots on Valdez. The thing is, Valdez is so good here, right? He's good here too. He got good balance too with good power that he ain't going to just go away. So Valdez is going to catch him. Oh yeah, he's going to catch him. What's the point of it? I hope he does. I don't want to watch a fight where it's just, I mean, geez Louise. All right. If Valdez can't touch him with anything and he touched Valdez with everything, that guy is the best fighter in the world. Like you know what I mean? I'll be pretty much, I'm thinking that the fight's going to have more exchanges, but Shakur Stevenson is better than him. It's a nightmare for him. I do. Let me see. Pretty Boy Floyd was a surgical boxer puncher. Yeah. Money Mayweather was a counter. His hands, fractured hands, and then moved up in weight. So yeah. Bait opponents to fight on the inside, did work, and then used angles to escape, but rarely left his opponent's range. Here's my thing, Last Patriot. My thing is this. You're absolutely right. And that's what makes Floyd Mayweather so great. He had shoulder problems. He had all these problems. He was never a natural welterweight, and he had fractured hands, and he was still able to make people respect his power, his timing. He totally adjusted and changed his approach to the game due to his injuries and became one of the greatest fighters of all time. You got to give him love for that. Let me see. Haney gets no belt chances while Loma gets plenty. Oh, okay. Well, he has a belt. Eric, in response to you don't think Kambosos is undisputed. So that means Devin has a belt. So you just said Haney gets no belt chances. He has a belt. He has the belt. Another thing is they have two different promoters. So you got to talk to Matchroom, right? Bob Arons with Loma, they're not the same human being. If they were the same human being, you can have a different kind of response there. All right. There are two different types of guys doing business. Okay. Another thing is this: when Loma didn't have the belt, like he does it now, when he got beaten out of his belts by Teofimo Lopez, he came right back and took a huge risk against Nakatani. And then he just fought Richard Commey. So his bounce backs have been more like, wow. And he knocked out Nakatani and he dribbled Richard Commey off the canvas. So, his bounce back's been better. All right. Still, they're both in contention for undisputed. Now, let me tell you this too, Derek Johnson. This is going to help you out. Okay. You still have that tone. You still have that asking tone. He doesn't get a shot and he doesn't anything. And I'm trying to help you in this community on how to be, on how to think, because I don't want you to approach your own life like how you've been typing. That's the final problem I have with that comment. I don't want you to act like this person that you're being when you make those comments. I want you more alpha, right? To have your mind think about things a little bit differently, to approach things differently, all problems differently. Hit the Tyson bell. All right. Let me see what else we got. I favor Shakur, but we haven't really seen what happens when Shakur's in a war. That's why I said you need a great fighter to show how great somebody is. If Valdez makes him crumble, then he can still be great, but not as great as we thought. You see what I'm saying? While we were talking about Devin Haney, see, I thought Devin Haney, but when I saw his last couple fights, when I saw him get, he's still great. But where I had him, I was thinking he was the next Sugar Ray Leonard. Now I learned something, right? What Sugar would have done against Jojo Diaz would have been despicable. Okay, so he's no Sugar Ray Leonard. All right. So Shakur Stevenson, we'll see, because this is it. This war is going to let you know. This war is going to let you know what he's made of. I'm guessing that he's made of all the stuff to make a great fighter, but we'll see. And fighting ain't just about pressure. Infighting ain't just about exactly. Good point. Is he battle tested, Biz? Right. Put him in there. Floyd Mayweather was whitewashing everybody till Castillo. So we'll see. We'll see. That's the beauty of it. I'm guessing that he is going to be great. Shakur Stevenson is going to be great. So what I'm basing this fight on is the Constantine fight and the Herring fight, and I broke that down. Okay. Now, all of the other stuff we'll see. Does Valdez get super discouraged by not being able to hit Shakur like he wants to when Shakur is bigger than he suspects, when Shakur is hitting him with flush shots and making him go backwards? Will Valdez get discouraged? We'll see. All right. Let me see. Haney got a paper belt. Schooling Biz 100%. Life coach Biz 100%. Let me see. Haney needs to improve. Well, Jojo Diaz, he had his ideas, and Jojo did say, I think he'll be stronger and better if he moves up to 140. He was saying that he would be punching harder and everything at 140. See, the thing about Devin Haney is this. When Devin Haney sits down, it doesn't discourage anybody from moving forward. And it forces Devin to be more elusive than he's capable of being. Devin Haney isn't as elusive as it seems, right? So he's elusive, but not as, that's why he gets caught, okay? If he had more pop, he'll be perfect. So I'm going to lean on what Jojo Diaz was saying. When he moves up, he's going to have more pop. It's going to make him a better fighter. It's Jojo didn't feel his pop whatsoever, and that's what made the fight so close. Let me see what you have to say. Damn, Biz, downplaying Valdez skills. Don't see it that way, Aztec. Don't get too bothered and don't get too crushed by it. That's if you feel that he has the skills and he's more skillful than Shakur, or too skillful for me to think that Shakur will win, just put your money on Valdez to win. I think Valdez has skill, and I mentioned all the things that Valdez does well. I did. When somebody said the boxer versus the slugger, you probably weren't here and coming in late and then judging me. But when somebody said the boxer versus the slugger, I said that Valdez is a better boxer than people give him credit for. But if you're expecting, if the only way you think that I'm giving will be giving Oscar Valdez his love for his skills by saying that he will beat Shakur, then sorry to disappoint you. I got Shakur winning. If that means that I'm downplaying his skills because I have Shakur winning, then I mean, that's where you at. Let me see what else we got. That's the Taco Tuesday. Everybody, though, can y'all give it up to the Varnell Hill boxing?
Bring on this with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The Varnell Manton, shaboing boing.
The Tyson Bell. Let me see. Man, I'm so excited for this fight, 100%. I ain't crushed, just seeing your prediction, calling it like it is, calling it how you think it is. That's not how it is. Humble yourself. That's how, calling it how you think it is. And you're thinking wrong. Let me see what else we got. He has been wrong, though. Oh, absolutely. And here's the thing, Smokey. Here's the thing. I'm not sure if you've been wrong. You're probably perfect. But I'm going to tell y'all this, everybody in the war room. And this is why I laughed about Isaac Cruz and Tank Davis. Before I go on this Taco Tuesday, I'm going to let you guys know this, and I want you to be very confident in knowing this, and I want you to hear me the best way you can, okay? I'm going to have to say this again because no matter what is said, sometimes I hurt feelings, and then I have to repeat myself and make people feel better. So listen. I want you to listen closely, okay? I will be wrong again because I'm not perfect. I will be wrong again and again and again, and I will keep giving my analysis, and I'm going to be right sometimes. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not going to be Mr. I told you so either. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but I'm going to give you my side of things and my analysis. All right? Here's Tyson Bell. Now, let me see what else we got. Daryl, Lots of email champ comments in the chat. Keep that same energy for Loma for making him that. See, here's the thing about the email champ thing. Let me say this. Biz Clown Cruz before the Davis fight. Yeah, I did. I thought Cruz ain't have a chance against Tank. What does that mean? Yeah, I absolutely did. And everybody got on his nuts after the fight. So I'm not sometimey like everybody else. So listen. Here's the thing about the email champ thing, Daryl. You have a good point. I stopped calling Devin Haney an email champ. When you said keep the same energy for Loma for making him that. Devin Haney, he fought in like a tournament for the interim title. So that's why he was even given that WBC full-time title. Devin Haney he fought his way to that position. It's not like Devin was just chilling and got an email like bing. Devin fought his way to interim champion. I don't think he was mandated yet to fight Loma, but that's what the interim championship gives you. He fought his way there, and that's why Devin Haney is so pissed off, because he did the right things. He got there. It's just that unification fights trump mandatories. So when Loma was upgraded to franchise champion, for Loma, it doesn't matter. He just wanted to be undisputed. Here's a full-time franchise. It was more innocent from the fighter's perspective than people say. Everybody gets real, yeah, you know. But it was less malicious. It was, okay, I'm franchise champion, and then I'm a fight because it didn't matter. Unification trumps mandatory. So I'll fight Teofimo Lopez, become undisputed. Then everybody was like, Devin Haney, email champion. Well, not exactly. Devin Haney fought his way to that position, to becoming the interim champion. And they came to Devin Haney too. You want to get the WBC title, or you want to keep your interim title? Yeah, I'll be WBC. According to Bill Haney. Yeah, we'll take the WBC title. No one really knew the rules. And it's been revealed that not Mauricio Suleiman didn't even know the rules. They didn't know the rules, so that they changed the rules, right? But so at the moment, Devin Haney was like, yeah, I'll become WBC champion. I'm the champ. And Lomachenko was like, upgraded. Is franchise champion better? Yes. Okay, then. You feel what I'm saying? It went like that. And Bob Arum is the one that requested it from Mauricio Suleiman. Let me see. What else we got? Why is Haney mandatories ducking him then? Because he's a hard guy to beat. Devin Haney, Terrence Bud Crawford, Abubu Andre, there are certain fighters that makes things very uncomfortable and make your fighter kind of look bad. All right. Devin Haney, now people are starting to be like, oh, okay, they starting to want to fight Devin Haney more now. But yeah, Devin Haney was ducked. Devin Haney was ducked on a few occasions. And I spoke to Devin Haney, and Devin Haney was like, because they all see me in sparring, and I've put in that work on all of them, except for Loma. He said he never sparred Loma before, but he said he put in that work with everybody. So they know. All right. Kind of reminds me of Brian Norman Jr. a little bit. But with that said, Devin Haney, I don't think he's worried about the mandatories. I think Devin Haney now is worried about becoming undisputed. Hey, look, I've been interim champion, now full-time champion. Brother, how long do I have to wait? So, like I say, I think for George Kambosos, the integrity move would be to fight Devin Haney. But I'll watch him fight Lomachenko no matter what. I like watching fights. I love to watch Kambosos versus Lomachenko. But the difference, Willie Scott, is this. I don't really get too wrapped up in, unless I have a fighter that's bigger than the sport, and I don't think one fighter is bigger than the sport. I don't get too wrapped up in nobody's trying to. I watch the fights that's in front of me, the fights that I love boxing too much. So I don't really get too wrapped up in that type of idea because we could all go back and forth. But it's my humble opinion that you didn't want to fight. Look, I was calling, remember when there was a year or so ago, I was saying that there was a new Black Murderers Row. I was calling Terrence Bud Crawford, Boo Boo Andrade, and Devin the Dream Haney the new Black Murderers Row because I just saw them as people that it was like, yo, nobody wanted to walk down Black Murderers Row. Now I think after Devin Haney's last two performances, people are kind of like, well, let's go. But Devin Haney, he wants undisputed, rightfully so. Okay. All right, man. I stayed on a little bit longer because I was late. Let the light in. Hey, look, let's let the light in. Tell your mother, tell your father, tell your husband, tell your wife, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your grandmother, tell your grandfather, tell your son, tell your daughter, tell your uncle, tell your aunt, tell your I don't know, niece, tell your nephew, tell your cousin, tell your play cousin, tell your girlfriend, tell your boyfriend, tell your best friend. Tell your side piece. They're right next to you. Tell them that. Wait for me to take them. They don't like anymore. Let me kind of say, I love you. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. Haney versus Loma is the fight to make, but the politics of the sport won't let that happen. But I'm gonna tell you this too, Daryl. Is that the fight to make? Would you not watch Loma versus Tank? So this is where I'm at. Daryl. Before I go, y'all. This is where I'm at. I love fights and watching fights. So, and I love the amount of talent that we have out here. If tomorrow it was announced that Devin Haney was fighting Ryan Garcia, I won't be disappointed. I'm more so in two fighters fighting each other, and I'm interested in seeing who comes out of it than the politics. I'm like that first and foremost, and then I want undisputed. So nobody, I'm just waiting to see what's there. Kambosos versus Loma, I am watching it. I would love to watch that fight. You know, then you have the politics and what's fair and what's not fair. That's second to me. I just love watching the fights. Boxing is everything. So when you say Haney versus Loma is the fight to make, I can think of a lot of fights that are fights to make. ShowBizz, Valdez. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Tomorrow we got hump day. Hopefully I'm on time tomorrow. I'm out. Beautiful.